NVIDIA has plenty of options that make the cut in our list of the best graphics card options. But which one should you go for? Whether you have a 1080, 1440, or 4K monitor, the available budget also plays a significant part in your decision-making. Here are the best NVIDIA GPUs you should consider. Number 1. NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080. It's difficult to choose one GPU as the best for everyone. But if we had to for the NVIDIA camp, we'd choose the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080. There are plenty of good choices from Team Green, as well as AMD. But if you can afford the relatively high price tag, the GeForce RTX 3080 offers impressive performance. Ray tracing remains a highlight feature, but NVIDIA worked hard to implement some serious improvements to the capabilities of the RTX 30 series compared to the outgoing 20 series. The RTX 3080 is even better than the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2080 Ti, making this one serious graphics card. DLSS also comes standard with the RTX 3080, allowing AI to reduce screen resolution on the fly to improve frame rate. Without you noticing a dip in quality, it employs dedicated tensor cores to run AI rendering in real time, allowing the use of ray tracing without suffering the usual performance penalties. Ready for 4K gaming? The RTX 3080 is as well, thanks to its beefy internals. NVIDIA recommends a PSU with a power output of at least 750W for this GPU. Graphics cards are ridiculously difficult to find right now, but we're continuing to compile lists as to where to buy the NVIDIA RTX 3080. Number 2. NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060. If Full HD 1080p is where you want to aim in terms of quality, the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 is all you need. It's affordable, being the budget GPU from the RTX 30 series, but comes with enough performance to outmatch an RTX 2070 from the generation prior. You'll be able to crank up the quality settings and enjoy a butter-smooth experience. Compared to our top RTX 3080 pick with its impressive 8704 CUDA cores, the RTX 3060 comes with only 3584. This is still more than enough for FHD, especially when trying out some ray tracing with AI-driven DLSS enabled for high-end gaming. Interestingly, while the more capable RTX 3060 Ti comes with additional CUDA cores, the non-Ti 3060 has 12GB 192-bit GDDR6 RAM. Number 3. NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 Ti. When seeking out the best deal for NVIDIA 30 series GPU, you'll want to pay close attention to the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 Ti, a GPU priced at about $400 under normal circumstances. Despite this price, it bests the RTX 2080 Super in terms of raw performance for 1080 and 1440 gaming. That's mighty impressive, and it's likely going to be extremely popular for anyone who's not too interested in 4K gaming. Our comparison of the NVIDIA RTX 3060 Ti vs. AMD RX 6700 XT has more information on how it goes up against AMD counterpart GPU. Despite it coming later than the other RTX 30 series cards, you're still getting capable ray tracing and DLSS technology. The 200W TDP should be perfect for those who don't want to upgrade the PSU inside an older PC. This card isn't going to be as future-proof as the heavy hitters on this list, but if you can find one and want to keep your wallet from catching fire, it should make a great choice. It's also our top pick for best mining GPU thanks to a strong hash rate and bargain price. Number 4. NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070 Quad HD. QHD is the sweet spot with a resolution of 2560 x 1440, which is where the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3070 comes into play. It's possible to get away with the RTX 3060 Ti for 1440. But if you want to build a gaming PC for the future without having to upgrade the GPU sooner rather than later, it's better to pay a little more and pick up the beefier graphics card. While not quite as capable as the AMD RX 6800, this GPU has a lot going for it. It can match the impressive RTX 2080 Ti from last gen, rocking 5888 CUDA cores and 8GB of GDDR6 RAM. Ray tracing support and DLSS are both inside the RTX 3070, making it possible to crank everything up to 11 and enjoy PC gaming at its best. Number 5. NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3090. NVIDIA went all out with the GeForce RTX 3090, making it the most powerful GPU from this new generation. Sporting a whopping 24 GB of GDDR6X VRAM and 10,496 CUDA cores, the numbers certainly scream incredible gaming performance. But if you're playing around 4K gaming, you'll likely see only about a 10% increase in performance over the RTX 3080. Our comparison of the NVIDIA RTX 3080 vs. RTX 3090 has more information on that front. And don't even think about buying this GPU for $1,448 or $1,008. It's just not worth the money, considering it's more than double the price of most RTX 3080 cards. This is going to be a piece of hardware reserved for professionals and those with big budgets. Yes, this is the card to kill the expensive RTX tie-in, and developers and designers will be very interested. NVIDIA posts quite the power requirement for the RTX 3090. So you'll need to ensure your PSU is more than up to the job of supplying this monster with some power. We put together a collection with options for the best PSU for RTX 3090 to help you get started. And for further information, check out our guide on how to prepare your PC for NVIDIA RT30 series system requirements. Number 6. NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1660 Super. Not everyone sees a need to game at higher resolution than 1080. Displays are more affordable, and fewer pixels generally allows for a much higher frame rate. If you're not looking to overspend on a GPU, NVIDIA's GTX 1660 Super should make a great pick. It's not an RTX card, so it doesn't offer dedicated ray tracing cores, though a driver update does allow it to technically be compatible. DLSS 2.0 is not officially supported, though users have been able to get it working with a bit of tweaking. It's still based on Turing architecture that makes it relatively power efficient. This GPU also sits atop our list of best cheap graphics cards. You're going to see elevated, smooth frame rates at 1080 with pretty much any game, even at high settings. Any custom PC builders looking to create something budget-friendly should love the NVIDIA GTX 1660 Super. It delivers a smooth 1080 performance and doesn't have an unreasonable price. But as far as GPU cutout for gaming go, these are the cards that make the most sense in terms of performance-to-price ratio. Graphics cards are generally available from several different manufacturers. Performance and specs are generally the same with just slight differences, though the price, cooling, and overall design will differ. Similarly, the TI versions of the RTX 3080 and RTX 3070 aren't on the list due to the price-to-performance ratio. Have a look at our Asus TUF Gaming RTX 3070 TI review for more information. Number 7. NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050. NVIDIA decided to put an end to all the rumors and speculations with the launch of its new GeForce RTX 3050. Announced at CES 2022, the GeForce RTX 3050 is the company's newest budget king, starting at just $249. This undercuts NVIDIA's previous entry-level graphics card, the RTX 3060, by around $80. The RTX 3050 GPU is built on NVIDIA's Ampere architecture and it supports ray tracing. The RT performance of the RTX 3050 is obviously not going to be as good as it is in the case of high-end GPU. However, we expect it to perform better at 1080, especially with DLSS. All of NVIDIA's current technologies are supported on the RTX 3050. In terms of specifications, the RTX 3050 GPU packs 2,560 CUDA cores along with 2nd Gen RT and 3rd Gen Tensor cores. We're looking at an 8nm GA106-150 GPU with a base clock of 1.55 GHz and a boost clock of 1.78 GHz. The RTX 3050 comes with 8 GB of GDDR6 memory and a 128-bit memory interface for 224 GB/S memory bandwidth. The RTX 3050 also has an effective memory clock of 14 Gbps and a maximum computing power of 9.10 TFLOPS. The RTX 3050 has a total graphics power of 130W and NVIDIA recommends a 550W PSU to run one. Just like the RTX 3060 graphics card, there's no NVIDIA Build Founders Edition model for the RTX 3050. This means you'll have to purchase one of the partner cards that are available on the market from the likes of Asus, MSI, PMY, and more. As such, you may end up pricing their version of the RTX 3050 slightly above the $250 recommended price. A couple of months before launching the new RX 6500 XT graphics card, AMD introduced us to the RX 6600 graphics card, which is a solid option for 1080 gamers. And even though it's no longer AMD's most affordable, it's still worth getting over the RX 6500 XT. The AMD Radeon RX 6600 has 28 compute units with 2044 MHz and 2491 MHz base and boost clocks, respectively. We're looking at 8 GB of GDDR6 video memory over 128-bit memory interface. It also has 32 MB of Infinity Cache, which is higher than that of the RX 6500 XT. The RX 6600 has a typical board power rating of 132 W, which is more in line with what we've seen from other GPU in this price range.